we get that, we'll look at the bottom of the deck and see surrender, letting go, being open to the divine, the number 3. Here on the Hangman, have the Strength card with the number 8, talking about inner strength and focus. The Star card is also an 8, talking about hope, serenity, faith, and choices, important choices. You have 2 8s as well, so you may be seeing that. Also a 7, but let's see. The first card is a card to represent your divine feminine energy and how you express it. So let's see what we get. So the card to represent, you have the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles, your divine feminine energy is deeply rooted in independence, self-sufficiency, and grace. The 9 of Pentacles represents a person who has worked like hard to build stability, abundance, and embodying the essence of self-worth and being very refined. All about that strength, that quiet, confident energy. So this card suggests that your expression of your divine feminine is through self-care, financial independence, and a life of more ease and beauty. You understand the value of patience and persistence, and your energy is like a peaceful abundance. You don't chase, more likely you are attracting a lot of things, and there's also a sense of luxury to your feminine expression. You may enjoy creating like a beautiful home, indulging in different like self-care things at home, carrying yourself with a sense of poise that other people are admiring when they look at you. So your energy just radiates magnetism, and rather than forcing things to happen, you allow them to flow toward you with grace and trusting in divine timing. So for card number 2 is how can I allow my divine feminine to flourish? So for your second card, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and it's to allow your divine feminine to truly flourish. This card is encouraging you to nurture yourself and others. So this is the ultimate Earth Mother, just grounded, abundant, and deeply connected to the physical and like thought realms, spiritual realms. So this means taking practical steps to care for yourself and other people around you, and embracing like that comfort and security spirit, whether that's through physical self-care and just creating a stable home, or offering support to the people you see around you that deeply need it. So deepening your divine feminine and connecting with more like earthly pleasures as well, gardening, cooking, creative things, or just spending time in nature, and focus on the balance between giving and receiving, and ensuring that you are not just pouring into others but also taking the time to fill your own cup and your divine feminine flow flourishes when you feel safe, stable, and deeply connected to the material and emotional within you. So let's see. Let's get card number 3. And we have a way that I can honor my divine feminine. The third card is a way that you can honor your own divine feminine. Okay. The third card is also a 3, which is the Empress. So you have 9 and 3. 3, 6, 9. Okay. The Empress is the ultimate embodiment of the divine feminine. So the creation, abundance, and like unconditional love, sensuality type of, being. So to honor your divine feminine, you're stepping into your creative power. And like I said, this is through art or just physical creations that you're doing, like in the community, gardening, whatever. And the Empress reminds you to embrace your pleasure, softness, and like whatever is coming to you naturally through just your magnetism. And this card also suggests that self-love and embodiment practices like dressing however you feel, indulging in stuff that makes you happy and awakens, different parts of you, and honoring your feminine essence, right? So additionally, this card is calling you to honor your emotions, your intuition, that creativity, all of that, listening to yourself, and desiring, looking at what you are nurturing, and how that can create abundance for you. Like, these are all very abundant cards as well. So each one of them, like, mention it as well, but going about it in different ways. So there's a resting creative energy, and there's also a work hard and like go get exactly what you need energy as well. So it's definitely a mixture of, not just attracting things, because that is very important, but secondly, what you have to do is, act on the things that you attract. I like that. Act on the things that you attract. So let's get the fourth card. So, and it's a way that you can honor the divine mother. Let's see. Okay, you have the King of Wands, a leader card, a visionary card, all about, confidence, sitting in that throne, that seat. So this card, being here at first glance, talking about the divine mother that's coming out, is like an interesting contrast in a divine feminine reading, but the deeper message can be tied to, honoring the divine mother means stepping into divine leadership and inspired action, like I mentioned before. So the divine mother is not just soft, nurturing, and receptive. She's also powerful, fiery, and unwavering in her vision. Very much visionary energy. So the King of Wands is all about leading with purpose, embodying wisdom, and being an example of divine power. And place of confidence, right? And the divine feminine is magnetic, but she is also unstoppable when she moves from like using that intuition and faith coming out, you know. So using your voice to inspire others as well. Um, Using your voice to inspire and uplift others, like the divine mother's energy is about guiding, protecting, and leading through love. So even if you're like mentoring like young kids, like at some way, um, that's a way, or maybe you're doing it over the internet. I don't know, but making an effective change with the positive things and the maybe even negative things that you've seen in your life. So, um, that's divine leadership as well. So, not all about what you may do as your job, but that's your energy. So that final energy, this final energy that I'm getting is like suggesting that there's more powerful ways to honor the divine mother, not just through like it's like through a devotion, through bold devotion and action, to be an embodiment of the light like in the world. So whatever way you can, it's not all about, if you see like someone else in your circle, maybe helping them in a way, or just mentoring someone around you that you can see, like if you're 2 steps ahead of them, pulling them up, you know finding that balance, but also acting for yourself. So I do want to get some more energy from the ancestor deck, and at the end I guess I can do a goddess pull as well, maybe one of those at the end. So let's see. I'm gonna get 4 of these since we're talking about the divine mother, your divine mothers in your lineage, and the divine feminine, which is the same thing basically. Your lineage is divine. And this reading, shows a beautiful balance of divine feminine energy, letting you know that you are both abundant but independent as well. With that 9 of Pentacles and even the King of Wands energy. And letting you know that you're able to nurture, but you're also able to provide and protect for yourself. So being stable. Also, we have that deeply creative energy where if you don't know something, you're gonna go after it. So just a leader in your action. That's the best way to teach anyway. Through what you do, not through what you say. So you have the root of air, explore, air energy. You have a lot of earth and fire, air coming in, but explore like mental energy. I'm pretty sure this is like, I can see the one is connected to in the tarot later, but the root of air is the first one. Also the number 33 coming up, so 369 one more time. Okay. Also have root of water, highly sensitive. Okay. energy, but both of these under here are pentacle energy. So earth. Let's get another one. I want to shuffle long just so you know. Oh, also, I didn't even mention the number 2, 3. So, two threes. But, the next card is the Chiefess Strength Tested, which is obviously connected. I can see off the rip to the Strength card, which was at the beginning of the reading, if I'm not mistaken, right? But let's go ahead and understand some meaning. So just for the Root of Air card, it is connected to the Page of Swords, which, you know, all about that air energy, swords. Um, so you're feeling ready for adventure. Definitely feeling aligned with that energy. The Root of Air is the spirit vegetable of the okra. I'm just reading quickly off of, the reflection page of the book saying, this ancestor is reflecting the part of you that is hungry, okay, for knowledge and truth. And if she is a reflection of you, you are very driven and relentless and on the move. So maybe you're keeping a notebook out just full of crazy schemes, okay, and plans. And you want people around you who believe in you or who is talking and telling you to believe in, yourself. So you may even be having the heart stirrings of an awakening, any type of awakening, mental, sexual, any type. Not too much, I guess, but I mean, just mentally feeling a different way, and thinking about, a revolution in many different areas. So with using magnetism, I guess I could say even for the sexual side, when I mention that, it's like more magnetism. Like, what are you doing with your attraction energy? How are you using it instead of, in the old tired way of, using it for other people? How can you use it for yourself to just attract more? Focusing in on yourself and, exploring yourself more. So, your declaration is, I am willing and open to learn and grow. So, yeah, right now you are definitely at the center of attention. So, traditionally, this is like a scary place to be, but in this awakening, like I said, how can you center yourself and use this energy for yourself now that you have more energy, more knowledge? You're hungry for knowledge, so when you're learning, how can you use that energy to grow? Okay, moving on to the root of water, which says like highly sensitive. You may feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster. Maybe, happy one minute and, on in a nervous like moment in the next. So it's a soul journey, and that's why you're feeling all of this so deeply. So trusting your inner guidance, not taking everything so sensitively, not seriously, like not taking yourself so seriously, and being led in signs. So are you paying attention to the signs nature is speaking to you? And this is like also a plant ancestor. It has the water and the plants around them. Obviously, those two go together. So, but this is like the hibiscus. Obviously, you can see that energy there, and it's regarding youthful energy. The roots, plants, spirits are messengers of your ancestors. So maybe you're seeing that flower, the emoji or something somewhere, or actual flowers somewhere. I don't know, but your creativity as well is ready to flow, and you should be taking advantage of all of those creative opportunities coming your way. I think I'll do a financial, like creative opportunities reading tomorrow or sometime this week. But this card is also connected to the Page of Cups, and the declaration is, I choose to express my feelings openly and fully. I choose to express my feelings openly and fully. So, back to the two threes. We have the Root of Fire, risk it all. Definitely feel like the energy of, taking a risk, putting your foot out there, putting your like foot face out there, like putting it on the line, like stepping up and being that first person to do something, and knowing that you can make it happen and it's safe for you to feel like you're beyond your usual limits, embracing your personal freedom and follow your passions, being curious, that energy is there still. And all of these root and plant spirits are messengers, like we're saying, from the last card as well. And it's an indication, this card particularly is an indication to move ahead. And this plant ancestor wants you to explore your passions with enthusiasm. So that's what you're being urged to do throughout like all of this reading is, being more creative, allowing that to take you somewhere. That's how anything has started. Anything that you see in this world started with a creative idea. And at this time, that's how everybody has gotten ahead. No one can get around it. This card is tarot in like response to the Page of Wands. So we also had the King of Wands and the Page, like type of energy there. And it says your declaration is, I am passionate about my next steps. I am passionate about my next steps. A lot of twos, a lot of threes. 369. Okay. The next one is also, I already know that this is the strength card. I don't know why that fell. Okay. And it's about the chiefess. Like I said, strength tested. It corresponds to the strength card in the tarot. And it says that you're being tested. Like your strength is being tested, but you've got like this, you're staying on the course. You're confronting your fears and insecurity with courage. That's why the lion is there. That symbolism. And also the eight, the double eights. So you have 8 here, 2 8s, and then so yeah, you may be seeing 888 as well. These numbers are definitely here. So you walk in your strength. Your actions are, the way that you show leadership. Right under this is the card of, leadership as well. And you're not just looking to survive, but you're looking to thrive. So this chiefess is the energy of like the first woman to lead the people of, Kenya with her lioness spirit, and she holds like all of her village, including you, in her hands. So this energy is, like I said, the strength card already in the tarot deck, and the declaration is, I am stronger than I ever thought possible. I am stronger than I ever thought possible. A lot of times you don't know how strong you are until, you're being tested in those moments. So, trusting in yourself. I think I want to do just one goddess card. I think I would like to do just one, just to see. And this is a general read for just divine feminine energy. signs. If you're looking for, it's two earth signs and two fire signs here. If you're looking for, so you have Mama Kumba Bang. It says speak up. So speaking up for yourself, using your voice. I mentioned that in the beginning of the reading. Also, she has the number 33. A lot of that energy here. Wow. Definitely a feminine number as well. That's like a number that's related to the divine feminine. Maybe you want to learn more about that, or maybe it'll just come up to you sometime this week. But yeah, you're definitely being pulled towards that energy to fully embrace and honor your divine feminine, and you're being called to trust in your natural magnetism and worthiness, nurture and care for yourself and others, embody like that creative energy and the intuitive aspects of the feminine side of you, wherever that leads you to, and stepping into your leadership roles and your divine purpose. Is really an impact that you're going to make on the world, like not just when you do something good for the planet like gardening, or that is something that you're doing. It looks like a macro thing, a micro thing, but is a part of the macrocosm. So it is very important, like whatever you do to help someone else, it is literally making the whole planet a better place. So that's a nice way that you can think about it, and you are already living in the fine alignment with your feminine energy. So now it's simply about embracing it more fully, allowing it to flourish, and using it as a guiding force in your life. All right, and so it is